Who's that?
Not somebody in there?
No.
Somebody's in there.
There's somebody's Who this raggedy motherfucker, man? I hope he knows him. Okay, good. All right.
That's my boy Rose, man. He's probably like, man, what the?
I was like, who's kicking? Or whose car is he kicking?
I was like, who the hell's trouble you kicking right now?
Where are we at?
XRP. Without the El Camino.
We're out here today at XRP working with Murda and his IS300. So we're gonna start helping him out, tune the car, and came out here today just to get basically a baseline. Get some logs, see how they have it set up, what's the suspension like, just basically get acquainted with the car. And then hopefully he's gonna do some work with Nick at PTS Fab, get a new turbo on there, get a different intake manifold, get a couple of different things. And then basically we're gonna try to turn it up, and he wants to go for a 7. So the end goal basically is getting into the 7s. Today is just getting acquainted with the car. So gonna do a shakedown and get some data and see how it goes. I said, damn it, it didn't work. A little soft on the rear, yeah, but good overall, good shakedown. God damn. That bitch fast, baby. All right, so we had a little bit of problem with the last one. It wasn't logging. There's an issue that's causing a bunch of noise that makes it kick us out of logging, but also it wigs out the ECU so much that it doesn't turn itself off. So the ECU stays on, but it turns the fans off, so it tries to overheat. That's what's kicking us out of the log, whatever issue that is. So we're gonna have to figure that out at some point, because we're not gonna be able to log, we're not gonna be able to look and see, like, you know, what boost we're actually doing. So it's still doing, so it was the same ramp as whatever time he was out last time, but we made it earlier to ramp up to that. So about 40 mile an hour, it was almost full. Gotcha. So, but I mean, it looks like it's gonna keep taking it.
How'd it do?
I think it's still way soft.
Sorry, I'm hovering over you.
You're fine.
Yeah, see, it comes back up. so hopefully when he comes back, it turns off.
Oh, I know, that's weird, right?
It's a shitty problem.
What do y'all think that was, like a 550, 560?
I hope a 40.
540?
I hope, but I don't know.
550 again. I don't know, he's coming in kind of hot. That dude coming in kind of...
All right, so we're gonna see what's going on. That pass was better, but it's showing that it's just able to take a lot more. The problem is, once we start giving it a lot more, it's gonna start needing to have stiffer in the rear, and maybe stiffer in the front as well. The problem is, the stiffer that we go, the smaller the threshold is gonna be for blowing the tires off. But if we're gonna be able to apply that more power, we're gonna have to have the shocks be a little bit stiffer so it drives it into the ground instead of soaking it up with the suspension. So we gotta play this little game, basically, of, you know, stiff but not too stiff. Or 9, basically a 5. I said, I bet you it did a 4, but I guess,
yeah.
Oh wait, what was it, 6?
Yeah, 60 foot was alright.
Is not a whole lot better. I think we need to give it either more boost off the head or more RPM off the head, but can't really test what it's gonna do because it keeps kicking us out.
Yeah.
We can try to make a change and see what it does.
Let's see if it turns off. No, it doesn't.
Oh shit.
What do you know?
Trying to save the tape.
Watch the tape. I got tape in my truck.
Oh, okay, good.
God, bitch.
God damn it. Where's your prop?
I got my prop.
Get Infinity, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
There, right. Here we go. Now I gotta get the fan back on. Actually, we can take that off. Fan back on.
You just disconnect it at the battery?
No.
This damn problem. I think any time it ends up getting up in high RPM, it's gonna wig the ECU out because of that ground issue, and then it starts acting like this. So then he's gotta do a hard reset on it. All right, so that last one went pretty good, but it felt like it could use a little bit more. So all we've done on this one is we tightened up the front a little bit because it looked like it came up and was able to go back down before the power really came in. So we gave it a little bit more power down low, and we slowed down the front a little bit so that hopefully it doesn't max out too early. And then we stiffen up the rear a little bit, hoping that it'll transfer more of that power into the ground. The risk is that if it's too stiff, it's just gonna blow tires off. So we'll see what it does, but I think it's gonna be better. I think it's gonna have to go stiffer. So we may have to adjust tire pressure and suspension a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna be the magic number or if it's gonna need to be a little bit stiffer even. But we'll see. If it hooks this, then we gotta give it more right off the hit, whether that be boost or RPM. I think boost is probably gonna be the better bet. But I didn't wanna mess with it too much today because he's trying to just, you know, get a little bit of a baseline pass kind of before he does all the changes. And we're still fighting the ECU not being able to log, so we can't really see, like, we know what we're asking the ECU to do, but we don't know what it's actually doing. So it could be not doing the boost that we're asking it to do. So we'll get into that later on when we can figure out what's going on with the ECU. if it'll turn off.
Out of the hole.
Yeah, I think it just wasn't long enough on the launch control. It seemed like it didn't build. Yeah, it seemed like less time on the launch control before you went in.
It was really lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Even
it didn't spin or anything, so we just need to give it more.
Yeah.
All right, so this one we turned up the ramp on the boost a little bit, down low. Hopefully turned up the boost a little bit on the launch control and then raised the RPM for the launch control a little bit. So since we haven't been able to really dig into the tune, like we basically downloaded what was on there, took a look at it a little bit, and then started making changes. Really need to sit down, go through the calibration, see where they have everything. If we need to make some changes, we can. And you know, the main thing is being able to log. We can't really do a whole lot unless we can see what it's doing, because all we know is what we're requesting. We don't know what it's actually doing. So we'll see what happens. The ramp was a little bit abrupt. So he said if it spun he was gonna let out, but he got right back in it.
That was sketch. I moved the camera, sorry Chad. I got nervous, like my heart fucking dropped, bro.
He told us ahead of time, he was like, hey, if it spins, I'm just gonna let out. And he gets right back in it.
Oh, he gave him the hit.
I know.
He gave him the hit. Straight up, gave the dude the hit. Fucking fun, almost hit the wall. Gets back in it, fucking gets it. Fucking nasty.
All right.
Fucking nasty.
A little bit abrupt on the ramp, but we're going the right direction. Did good, you drove it out. I thought you said you were just gonna bail and then let out, and then you get back in it.
I wasn't gonna let that Mustang beat me, dog. Fuck that. Fuck
I figured.
I heard him just go flying past me. I'm like, fuck. And you know, like, I went deep into the stage by accident. I was like, oh, fuck.
I'm glad you at least stayed there, though. I mean, it probably needed a little bit longer. So the problem is that ramp that we have is really aggressive, so it's gotta leave hard off the hit. Otherwise, it's gonna be in that boost too early.
Gotcha.
So if it leaves hard off the hit, then it'll take that. But if not, it's gonna be too early. So I'm assuming it's gonna stay on again.
No.
Hey!
Hey, dude, that was so nasty.
All right, so that one was, I mean, there were some pros and cons in that. The good news is we found a threshold somewhere. Like I wanted to, it was just leaving lazy and it wasn't, you know, finding the threshold of the tire. So we found it. The problem is it was out a little far. So we made the ramp pretty aggressive, but I think it'll take that ramp as long as we leave harder off the hit. So that's kind of the gamble that we have to play, is it's got to leave hard enough for that ramp to be okay. So we'll give that a try. Try to turn it up a little bit off the hit, or tell him to stay on the launch control a little bit longer so I can build a little bit more boost so that it leaves hard off the hit. May soften up the ramp just a tiny bit and see what that does. Do that face again. How is it when it launches? There we go. All right, so he's gonna give it another try. Same exact settings. It's probably gonna be the last pass until it gets taken down for all the upgrades. So we're just gonna leave that pass in there that we think might be a little bit too hot. It's gonna stay on the launch control long enough so where it gets a good hit. Hopefully it leaves hard enough to where that boost ramp is gonna be okay. and hopefully it'll be a quick pass. We'll see. We still don't know what boost it's actually doing. We know we're asking it to do full boost, but we don't know what it's actually doing. So, but I don't want to mess with it too much. We're honestly just trying to get acquainted with the car, and you know, we don't need to solve everything tonight. You know, we'll take a look at it, fix the login issue, and then really dig into it once we get the new setup in there. So, it's exciting to see. It's a very well, I mean, it's a good running car. It's not like it's going slow or anything, but it's just not where he wants it to be. I think we probably could get it to where he wanted to be on this setup. It's gonna make it a whole lot easier to get to his overall goal, which is a 7-second pass with the new turbo. So. All right, he's gonna make a solo pass. He was trying to race that truck back there, but they wanted to race somebody else. Pedal. Trade the shit out of him. Had you already turned the key off?
Yeah, it got sketchy when I got into third.
Really? It looked straight.
Huh?
It looked straight.
I was doing this the whole time, and the car wanted to go to the other side.
I was wondering why you pedaled it.
I was like, bro.
Did it leave good?
No.
What was the deal with the launch?
Still shitty.
Launch control just kind of hung out up there.
Yeah,
Did it run out of bottle or something?
It was like,
Bottle was on though?
Yeah.
Is that a 60?
Huh? I think the IATs or something, man. It's got to be something.
What was it?
Huh?
60?
No, 140.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How did it take that ramp then?
You seem lazy to me.
I wonder. Is that bottle old?
No. Fresh. Your GoPro's on.
Because we didn't even make any changes between the last one and this one. They were identical, and launch control sounded totally different.
Yeah. It was weird. Like, as soon as I went into third, the car just started doing this, and I was going like this, and I was like, oh shit, okay, let me pedal.
I'm more well, I mean, that's concerning also, but I was wondering why the hell the launch control acted like totally different.
Yeah,
I gotta dig in there, and we'll see what compensations are in there, like, because it was running for a while. Maybe it hit a temp compensation or something.
It did something because it didn't feel like it was coming up on.
No, yeah, it just kind of hung there, yeah.
That's what it used to do when we were running like 13, 14 pounds.
Yeah.
When we were leaving soft, they would do that. It was like,
well, because the previous pass, you didn't stay on it that long, but it sounded totally different than this pass.
Yeah, I know.
But we didn't make any changes.
I think it just like got a lot of heat.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we'll have to see if there's like a coolant temp compensation in there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what they said. They said like, you know, if the engine gets like too hot, the IATs it just like.
Okay. Yeah.
But you know, it was fun.
Yeah. No, we'll go in there.
Car's really consistent if we can just, you know, go A to B.
It is. It's pretty damn. For the most part, it's pretty damn.
Yeah, it's gripping. It's yeah, it's good. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Because I know like if we turn that shit up, like if we're able to like really turn it up 45, 48 pounds,
Yeah.
it's gonna wake it up. See how weird that shit is?
What is that? Is it the fans?
Yeah, the ECU. Like I don't know what it is.
It's a ground.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Because
something.
when all that weird stuff happens.
Like, what the fuck is that?
What's up, creepy fans? Watch this.
Yeah, listen.
Holy
Watch
shit!
it.
What the fuck is this?
Get some more bugs.
More? I got the rest of the family.
Oh my god.
God damn.
Just took out a species.
We got the whole fam. The son, the daughter.
All right. Well, obviously that was a little bit weird. Need to go into the tune and actually find out like what all the compensations are. It was running for a while, more than we had on the other runs, and so I don't know if there's a engine coolant temp compensation or an IAT compensation that went in there and just like, you know, killed something, took out some timing or lowered the boost target or something. So we'll dig into that. It'd be nice to have a log overlaid so that we can look and see where it was actually sampling from all those, but what we can do is just get an idea of, let's assume that it was like, you know, really high IATs. What is it going to do in that scenario? Really high ECT, like, you know, if it's starting the run at like 210 or something, you know, what compensations are in there. So that's just kind of the problem with, you know, diving into a tune that somebody else did. And the person that did it before did a great job. It obviously runs good and it consistently takes care of itself. We just got to figure out, all right, what are going to be our run conditions and how can we make it still run just as consistent but still safe, you know, in that event, because that's not a long time that we had it running. That's going to happen in races later on. It's got to be able to perform at those temps. So we'll figure it out, make some minor changes, and just improve off of what is already a really good tune. Well, cool. That's going to do it for this one. We'll be back out with this car relatively soon. He's going to take it into Nick at PTS Fab. They're going to do new exhaust manifold, put a new turbo on it, probably some, you know, cold side stuff, obviously redone, a couple other things. So they're going to completely make it a new car, hopefully, make it capable of more power that it's going to need to get his goal of doing a 7-second pass. And we're going to help him tune it both on the dyno and at the track until it runs that number. So yeah, got a lot of work ahead of us, but I think it's a really, really good base. Everybody else that's had a hand in it has done a really good job. The car is obviously fast, holds records, you know, on its own. He's just trying to go faster. So we're gonna see what we can do to make that happen. As usual, like, share, subscribe, do the normal thing. And here's a couple scenes from the next video. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.